Well, thanks for that. So, it reported its Q2 results yesterday, and while the results on an overall basis were very strong, meeting Bloomberg estimates as well, with revenue growing roughly 22%, Ebitda also grew by about 24%, and profits came up about 9% growth compared to last year. While on a comparative basis, there was expectation of a 20% growth in profits, it had a one-time impact of about 211 odd crores, and that impacted the profits, but that's also because of a deferred tax assessment and change in the Finance Act as well. But majorly, the commentary is what's driving the negative territory and negative stock reaction today in trade as well, and that's because of the guidance that the company gave. Now, they said specifically that the motorcycle industry saw just 1 to 2% growth in during the festive season, which is basically Navratri as well as Dussehra until today, and that's been one of the key things because expectation was of a 5 to 6% growth. They've also said that the management is hopeful for a demand recovery in the festive period as well as in Q3 as well, and is expecting overall growth of about 3 to 5%, which is lower than what analysts is expected of about 10% growth for Q3 specifically. So that's one of the key reasons. Apart from that, brokerages have highlighted that 125cc market share has also been lost by Bajaj by about 330 basis points, while someone like Honda has gained market share but about 770 basis points in FY25 specifically. So it's getting the 125cc segment started off in a very blazing manner in the last 12 to 18 months, and specifically for FY25 there was expectation of Bajaj and TVS to consolidate their growth, but that's not happened, and that's one of the key reasons of being dampener as well. When you look at the brokerages, MK has downgraded the stock to a sell from a reduced rating earlier, but increased the price target to 9,500. That's still lower than the current market price. They said that Q3 the market share loss in 125cc segment is faster than they expected, and they prefer someone like a Hero and TVS compared to Bajaj. City also has a sell rating with a target price of about 7,800, and the key thing that they said was they were a tad surprised by the negative commentary in the festive demand. Same was highlighted by CLSA as well. They mentioned that against the 10-year PE average of about 19, Bajaj is currently trading at 32 to 33 times price to earnings for FY26, and that might be one of the key concerns. So I think the results were really strong. I think this commentary has led to expectations being slightly moderated, and that correction is visible in the stock price today. Back to you.
All right, Puneet, thank you so much for joining us and getting us through all those details which are ailing Bajaj Auto's current stock price at the moment. At the low point of the day, down around 11.5%. But on that note, let's get in our experts for today who will help us solve our viewer queries. We have Ashish Maheshwari. He's the director at Arihant Capital Markets, and Kush Bohra. He's the founder of kushbohra.com, who's joining us on the show. Good afternoon to both of you, and thanks for joining in. I take the first query from Gopi Krishna. He's from Vijayawada, and the question is to do with RailTel. Well, his question actually is, he's bought RailTel at 537, and he has about 1,200 shares of RailTel. Wants to get a short-term view and a target price on RailTel at the moment. He's bought it at 537. The stock is currently at 433. There's been significant depreciation in the value of that stock at the moment, and the quantity seems to be reasonably large. So, Kush, I suppose because it's a short-term query, I'll take this one up with you. What would you have Gopi do with the current position?
Hi, Agam. Hi, Ashish. First up, I can understand Gopi's plight. The stock is in quite a bit of a loss. However, if you see over the last 2 to 3 weeks, perhaps even a couple of months, rather, from September onwards, the stock is going down, but on fairly thin volume. Now, if you see from the levels of 385, the stock has attempted a rebound. Yesterday, the stock was up on the back of fairly decent volumes. While it's too early to say that the entire selling is over, there's a possibility that the stock could see a rebound, and hence he could sell it at slightly higher levels of about 460 to 490, fairly closer to his, or getting closer to his buy price. So my suggestion: hold on to this one. It's a sell on rise, and the near term low 385 that should act as your stop loss.
Right, Kush. Ashish, before I move on to the next query, I want your fundamental view on Bajaj Auto. What should be the next strategy for Bajaj Auto?
See, if a company of Bajaj Auto magnitude is quoting a 3 lakh crore market cap, and if management says that they are going to just grow by 2, 3, 4% in motorcycle segment, which is their bread and butter, so this kind of reaction is bound to happen. I'm not saying but the results are very bad. I think commentary is something, and the pessimism what the management has shown in their commentary is being reflected in today's stock fall in Bajaj Auto. Because in two-wheeler segment, if they'll show this kind of growth, just imagine like what kind of numbers will come going forward. Because if I see FY 23-24, they managed to do from 5,500 crore to 7,400 crore profit. And if I see last 2 quarters, they are on almost on the same trajectory. If I see they are going to do approximately that amount of profit only. So virtually no growth is coming. So why to give such high valuation if growth is not forthcoming? So my target for the stock will be maybe 9,000 rupees going forward. And also like it will spoil sentiments for other players like Hero MotoCorp and TVS also. Because if leaders are in this particular segment are facing heat, even other players will also get suffered. So that is the reason other stocks are also down by 4 odd percent.